Hello students, welcome in our second unit of engineering economics and accountancy. Okay. In the second unit, demand and supply analysis topic is and units contents are demands and supply analysis, demand, type of demands, determinants of demand, demand function, demand elasticity, demand forecasting, supply and determinants of supply, supply function and supply elasticity. So first taken demand. Definition: demand refer to the quantity of goods or service that consumer are willing and able to purchase at various prices during a period of time. And type of demand: what's individual demand, market demand and derived demand. Individual demand, demand by the single consumer. For example, a person buying 5 kilo of apple per month. It is an individual demand. But market demand is something else. Market demand means total demand by all consumer in the market. That is total demands for apples in a city. And derived demands means derived by another demand, means demand for goods that arises due to the demand for another goods. For example, demand for steel is derived from the demand from the automobiles. And composite demand means demand for a goods that has multiple uses. For example, milk is not only demanding for drinking, but it has many uses like cheese, making cheese, producing butter and so on. Similarly, joint demands, demand for goods that are used together. For example, demand for car and petrol. This is the joint demand, means until unless petrol is not provided, car sales of car is not going on. Means it is essential for car, means petrol is essential for car. Therefore, whenever the demand arises of car, the demand arises of petrol equally. Now, direct versus indirect demand. Direct versus and indirect demand means direct demand is for the final goods. For example, car. Indirect demand is for raw material, means when we producing the car, the production purpose steel is required. So this is the direct indirect demand. And determinants of demand. What is the determinants? The factors that influence the demand for goods or services is called the determinants of demand. It includes price of product, income of consumer, price of retail related goods, and consumer preference and taste and population. So one by one we have taken what is the price of product. Inverse relationship between the price and quantity demand, means this is the law of demand. Inverse relationship between price and quantity. Income and consumer. Normal goods demand increase with income, inferior goods demand decrease with income. Means whenever the person income is going on, they not satisfied with the inferior goods, they demand more superior. So the inferior goods demand decreases with increasing in the consumer's income. Similarly, normal goods has the demand increase with income, means the what is the vital or require essential, it is in goes up with the increasing up. And prices of related goods means substitute goods increase in price of one land to higher demand for the other. For example, tea and coffee, means this is the substitute. If the price of the tea is going up, go towards the coffee. Therefore, it is the similar type of product. And complementary goods, increase in price of one lead to lower demand for the other. It is a complementary, car and petrol. So increasing a price of petrol, demand of car will be lower down. Consumer preference and taste. Consumer preference and taste means changing in trends, preferences or advertising. Population, higher population increase market demand. Expectation of future prices. If consumer expect prices to rise in future, the current demand may be increases. For example, onion in coming period, if suspected that it will goes high, then people buy it and hoarding it. So demand of the onion will be increases. Now, demand function, a mathematical representation of the relationship between demand and its determinants. Here, this is the QD is a demand quantity, and this is the derivatives which is directly hit the quantity of demand. Therefore, we have taken this is the taken as the function of QD. P is price of product, Y is the consumer income, and PR is the prices of related goods, and T is the consumer taste and preference. Whatever the determinants we have taken see earlier, we have taken here in the as a function of QD. For example, this see this equation, QD is equal to minus QD is equal to 100 minus P 5P plus 0.2Y plus 3PR. What its significance? Interpretation of this: for every 1 rupees increase in price, quantity demand is goes down or decreases by 5 unit. Means these are the represents the price of goods when increases unitly, minus 5 will be decreases the demand, QD. Similarly, 0.52Y means income of person or consumers increases unit by 1, then 0.2 or 20% will be increases. This is the plus sign because in front of this factor. So the sign of in front of this factor indicates whether it will demand is goes up or down. Therefore, this is the function equation of demand, quantity demand. Now, demand elasticity. Elasticity measures the responsiveness of demand to change in its determinants. Type of demand elasticity. Price elasticity of demand, PED, measures how quantity demand responsible to price changes. The formula is PED is equal to percentage change in QD divided by percentage change in the P. After taking numerical or some values, we have making some decision. For example, if we see this factor is greater than 1, then that is means PED is greater than 1, demand is highly responsive. If it is lesser than 1, then we say the demand is less responsive to price, and if it is equal to 1, then we have taken decision the percentage change in equity equal the percentage change in the price. Now, second, income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity demand measures how quantity demanded responds to change in income. Suppose the consumers income is shown by the Y. The formula YED means income elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in QD divided by percentage change in the Y. If it is normal good, suppose the value of this factor is greater than 0, means in positive, that is a normal good, means demand increases with the income. And if it is the lesser than 1 or negative, lesser than 0, that is negative, the demand decreases with income. Third, cross price elasticity of demand. Cross price elasticity of demand measures how quantity demanded of one goods respond to the price changes of another good. As earlier we have seen the examples. The for example, petrol's prices goes up, the demand of car or vehicles will goes down. The formula is the percentage change in the QD of goods A divided by percentage change in the price of goods B. So when these factors, it may be greater than 0 or lesser than 0. If it is greater than 0, that means increase the price of goods B leads to higher demand of goods A. And if it is lesser than 0, means negative, then is increases in price of goods B leads to lower demands for goods A. This is the taken decision. Now, demand forecasting. The process of predicting future demand for product or services. Methods of demand forecasting. Qualitative method and quantitative method. Qualitative method includes based on the expert opinion and market survey. For example, Delphi method and market research, as I earlier discussed. And quantitative methods means use historical data and statistical technique. For example, time series analysis, trend projection, moving average, and regression analysis identify relationship between variables. And econometrics models means combining economic theory and statistical model. Importance of demand forecasting. It helps in production planning, inventory management, and pricing strategy, reduce uncertainty and improve decision making. Supply. Supplies refer to the quantity of goods or services that producers are willing and able to offer for sales at various price during given period of time. Determinants of supply. Factor that influence the supply of goods or services. Price of product and cost of production. Direct relationship between price and quantity is supplies law of supply, and cost of production is higher cost reduced supply. Technologies. Improved technology increases supply by reducing cost. Fourth, price of related good. Producers may switch to producing goods with higher prices. Number of suppliers means more supplier increase market supply. Sixth, government's policies, taxes, subsidies, and regulations affect supply. Expectation of future prices. If producer expect prices to rise in future, they may reduce current supply. Means tendency to hoarding. Supply function. A mathematical representation of relationship between supply and goods determines. As earlier we have seen the demand function, this is the supply function. QS, quantity supplies, function depend, this the quantity supply is the factor which is depend is P, C and TG. P is the price of product, cost of production, T technology, and G government policies. Here also equation, QS is equal to 50 plus 10P minus 2C, means this is the negative, this is the positive. Interpretation here, for every 1 rupees increase in the price, the quantity supplies increases, because plus sign is here, is 10 unit. Supply elasticity. Elasticity measure the responsiveness of supply to changes its determinants. Price elasticity of supply means PES measures how quantity supplies responds to price changes. Means PES means price elasticity of supplies, percentage change in QS divided by percentage change in P. And this factor may be greater than 1 or lesser than 1. If it is greater than 1, means supply is highly responsive to price change, and if it is lesser than 1, supply is less responsive to price changes. If it is equal to 1, then percentage change in quantity equal the percentage change in the price. See what is the graph of supply curve and demand curve. Supply curve is just a straight line between the y and axis. In axis quantity and y is the prices. Means As soon as price is increases, quantity is increases. Here this is the supply, because supplier want to make more profit, that's why they have tendency to supply more quantity, therefore this is the increases, it is proportionate. But it is in the form of demand curve, we see the price and quantity. The price is increases, price is increases, suppose this is the 10 and this is the 30, price is 30, the quantity is 10, and prices goes down means 15, then quantity is increases, means customer want to purchase if price is less then quantity is more. Now we see the some numerical problems related to demand function. The demand function of the goods X is dx is equal to 60 minus 10p. Find out the price of X when demand will be 20 unit, 10 unit and 0 unit. So we have to find that the demand, what is will be the demand function when decreasing price or this type of price given to you. So first of all you have to see the demand function. What says the demand function is indicated dx is equal to 60 minus 10p, means this is the demand of goods X when the price P goes down by the 10 unit. Okay, so we have to write here the demand function means dx is equal to 60p and 60 minus 10p. So you have to put the value of 20 unit, means 20 unit means the goods of 20 units, and we have to find the price. So definitely we have put here 20 is equal to 60 minus 10p, because we have to find the price ultimately 10p. So naturally p is equal to 60 minus 20, 60 minus 20 divided by 10, isn't it? So answer will be 60 minus 20 is equal to 40 and 40 divided by 10 is equal to 4. So price is 4 unit for 20 unit, and then second is 10 unit given and 0 unit. So put the value 10 is equal to 60 minus 10p, 60 minus 10p. What will be that p? P is equal to 60 minus 10, 50 and divided by 10 means 5. So answer will be 5. Similarly 0 unit, 0 means 60 minus 0 is 60 divided by 10 means 6. So gradually 4, 5 and 6 will be the answer. Now second question, what is the demand function of the good is given by this, and find out the level of demand when price will be 5 and 10. Here directly you can put the price 5 into the p, 25 into 5 means 125 minus 600, whatever the answer, this is the value. Similarly here 10, 25 means 250 minus from 60 600, you have to subtract from 600 and we will get the answer. Similarly or the last and third question is, what is the slope of the demand function? The slope of the demand function can be find by the method differentiation. Actually, suppose this is the x-axis, this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis, and suppose this is the line. So this is the line. Okay, this is the line. Suppose this is x-axis and this is the y-axis, and line is cut from a segment in the y-axis. So the equation of this line would be y is equal to mx plus c, mx plus c. Here y and x is the coordinate and c is the portion of this, and m is the slope or m is the gradient. So we have to find the m, and how can we find? It is find from the differentiation. You have to differentiate qd 100 minus 7p, but we have to find the slope of demand function, and demand function is given by the differentiation of means delta p divided by delta q. Delta p means divided by delta q. So what happened? You have to find first p, means suppose this is the p. P is equal to qd 100 minus qd 100 minus qd whole divided by 7, isn't it? And differentiate this whole p by with respect to qd. So naturally this is the integer become 0 minus qd. Qd is and differentiate by itself qd, so it gives the value 1. So 1 means minus 1 and divided by 7. So the slope will be minus 1 by 7. This will be the answer. Okay. Now question number 4. What is the product demand function is given by a product demand function is given by qd 100 minus 2p. If the price increase from $20 to $25, calculate the price elasticity of demand using the midpoint method. Actually midpoint method, what is the midpoint method? The solution of this is the formula to give the solution. Midpoint method, q2 q1 q2 q1 and p2 p1. p1 p2 is here, p1 this, p2 is this, but q1 and q2 you have to find out first. So first of all you have to find out the q1. q1 will be obtained from the p1, and p1 is the $20. So you have to put p here and give the q, and if you put the p1 you will get q1, and when you put the q2 p2 here you will got q2, and when this is the 60 and 50, suppose this is first case, we have to put the value of 20, we will get 60, and when we will put the value of 25 we will give the 50, and after 60 and 50 will become the q1 and q2. You have to put the value same here and you will get the answer, but systematically you have to done first of all q minus q2, q2 plus q separately, and then you will get the answer is minus 0.8181. This is the elasticity in the demand, and negative sign shows that it is not elastic, this is inelastic. So this is the solution. Now taking some questions which is other than numerical. What is the difference between demand and quantity? Sans refer to the entire schedule of quantity of a goods or services that buyer are willing and able to purchase at various prices during the specific period, and holding other factor constant, it represented by the entire demand curve. What is the quantity demanded? Refer to the specific amount of goods or services that buyers are willing and able to purchase at a particular prices at a specific point on the demand curve. List the explain three type of demand. So no, the direct demand, derived demand and joint demand. Now what are the main determinants of demand? So, means price of goods, income of consumer, price of related goods, consumer taste and preference, consumer expectation about future prices, and population size and composition. Means what factor will affect the demand. So these are the factor which affect or affect our increasing or decreasing the demand. Fourth question is defining the demand function and provide a general form. So answer, the demand function express the relationship between quantity demanded of a goods and its determinants. Determinant is P-I, P-R-T-E. This what actually is: P is price of goods, I is income of consumer, PR is price of related goods, T taste and preference, E expectation, and POP population. These are all what which is earlier we have given in this questions. Okay. Now question number 5. Explain price elasticity of demand and its significance. Price elasticity of demand measure the responsiveness of the quantity demanded to the change in price. Significance: help businesses determine pricing strategies, help government understand the impact of taxes, indicates how changes in price affect total revenue. And question number 6, what are the main determinants of supply? So main determinants of supply is price of goods, cost of production, technology, prices of related goods, expectation of producers, and number of seller. Seventh question, define the supply function and provide a general form. The supply function expresses the relationship between the quantity supplied of a goods and its determinant. General form is this, means this is the QSM is the supply quantity which is related with this function PC tag PREN. Price of goods, cost of production, technology, price of related goods, expectation, number of sellers. Means you have to put those factor inside the bracket by as a function which directly affect the said quantity. A said determinants, means supply is a supply or demand, whatever you write here. Now question number 8, explain price elasticity of supply and significance. Price elasticity of supply measure the responsiveness of quantity supplies to a change in price. Significance, what significance it indicate how quickly producers can respond to price changes, affect market stability, essential for agriculture market. Question number 9, what are the main method of demand forecasting? Qualitative method and quantity method, as earlier we have explained. Expert opinion or Delphi method, consumer survey, sales force opinion. And qualitative and quantitative method means time series analysis, regression analysis, and economic model. Okay, thank you. So I hope you enjoyed, and your next topic of will be unit 3rd. Okay.